Tesla, yesterday, AI day. Absolutely nuts to watch this business continue to execute. During AI Day, Artificial Intelligence Day, Tesla continuously updates the community on things that they're doing around AI advancement, the ways that they're incorporating artificial intelligence, and they announced two big things yesterday. The first, the Tesla bot, which you can see right here. The Tesla bot is a humanoid. It's literally a physical looking robot that is supposed to do menial tasks. It, according to Elon Musk, is, once you have it do the menial task, maybe it can do other things too. I mean, maybe it could be your buddy as well. So when you start to think about these Tesla bots, the whole idea is that you can use machine learning and artificial intelligence, and you can have them eliminate dangerous, repetitive, boring tasks. The bot is 5'8". It has a carrying capacity of 45 pounds. It weighs 125 pounds, and it can deadlift 150. Speed, just absolute speed demon at 5 miles an hour. And the arm extend lift is 10 pounds. I think that we're watching the very first equivalent of the NFL combine for robots right here.
I want to see it compete in the combine.
Next up on the bench press is the Tesla bot. 5'8", 125 pounds with a deadlift of 150 pounds. It literally looks like we're evaluating whether I want this one or a different one.
I bet Elon saw the Boston Dynamics video of the robots jumping from block to block the other day and was like, yeah, put deadlift on the chart. We need to show him how much he can deadlift.
Theirs is sleeker looking too than the Boston Dynamic.
I mean,
you think it's cute?
Does that John, you think the robot's
cute?
sleeker?
The Boston one's got wires coming out of its shoulders. This one's got let's put a casing on it so people can't see it.
You into the robot?
John likes the
We're
robot.
not going down that narrative.
So I got cut.
Just gonna shut that down right away.
All right, Johnny Robot. All right, so Tesla also, not only did they announce these Tesla bots, which actually look pretty cool, makes a ton of sense if you're gonna remove all sorts of dangerous, repetitive, boring tasks. And if you think of Tesla being so heavily automated in their factories, it's kind of a no-brainer that if you have the technology chops and you've got the manufacturing capability, you can create these. Of course, you're going to continue to automate things. This is part of the process of automation. It just happens to be that it looks like a human. The other thing that they announced was that they unveiled a new custom chip for training artificial intelligence networks in their data centers. And so this CNBC article basically outlaid three key points. The first is that Tesla's technology will be the fastest AI training computer. People like Intel, NVIDIA, Graphcore are among other companies that make chips for these AI training models, but Tesla will have the fastest AI training chip on the market. The second is that the chips can help train models for recognizing a variety of different items from video feeds collected by cameras inside of Tesla vehicles. Those training videos allow for things like recognizing, is that a person crossing the street? Is that another car? Is that an 18-wheeler? Is that a stop sign? What is that thing that just popped into the road? Should I make a right or a left? Am I allowed to make a right or a left? All kinds of different decisions that usually a human has to ingest information, synthesize it, and then make decisions. Tesla is building a way for the full self-driving capability. And in order to be able to do that, you have to ingest the information through the videos. You have to be able to synthesize it, and then you have to be able to act. Those models that have the training capability require extensive computing work. The computing work now with these AI chips. The last thing is that the work comes 2 years after Tesla began producing vehicles containing custom-built AI chips previously. Those chips help the car's onboard software make decisions very quickly in response to what's happening on the road. This brings me to the most important point about Tesla. People are finally recognizing this is not a car company. This is a technology company. This is an artificial intelligence and machine learning company. And so my friend, Andreas Klinger, had this great tweet thread or two tweets. First, he said, I love how Elon Musk creates the Mars colony stack. This is Elon Musk's master plan. First, we have to be able to get to Mars. So we're going to create rockets. That's SpaceX. Second, once we get to Mars, we are going to need to be able to get around. That's the vehicles and robots with Tesla. Third, there are going to be conditions that we need to actually be able to go underground for shelter or other purposes. That's the Boring Company. While we're there, we probably are going to need food. He has his brother Kimball Musk working on urban farms. On top of that, not only are we going to need to be able to eat food, but we are also going to have power while on Mars. And so that's SolarCity and Tesla. On top of that, it's probably going to be helpful if all of a sudden there's all these robots and artificially intelligence-driven vehicles driving around, that we have a better way for humans and computers to interface with each other. And so that's Neuralink, the ability for humans to get super intelligence. And lastly, if we're going to have all of this computational power, all this artificial intelligence, machine learning, etc., on the Mars colony, we're going to have to need a way to communicate, have a data connection. That is the Starlink satellite work. So when you look through this Mars colony stack, the Elon Musk master plan, Elon Musk is building various technologies that all are going to come together a decade or two away, most likely, and he's going to be able to get us there. Now, next, once he continues with the work that he's doing, is we are going to have more work that needs to be done, including things like 3D printed medicine, 3D printed furniture, auto docks, spaceports, space factories, shout out to Delian and Varda, and things like autonomous resource drones. So when we start to look at what Elon Musk is doing and what his master plan here is, it is fascinating to see a man who made $180 million by selling his last business, and he took it all and he put it all in. He pushed all the chips in. Today, he has rockets to get there. He has vehicles and robots to operate on the surface of Mars. He's got underground shelter with Boring Company underway. He's got things like food in the urban farms with his brother. He's got power with SolarCity and Tesla. He's got the human-computer interface with Neuralink, and then the data connection with Starlink. Elon Musk right now is undergoing the single most ambitious plan on the entire galaxy. If he can get us from Earth to Mars and he can create a true Mars colony, it will probably be the single greatest human feat in history, in my opinion.
We're talking about innovation and technology. Elon's the definition of it. You see, he's one of the greatest innovators that we've seen, and I've seen personally for sure. But yeah, he's doing everything. I think he works on so many different things. It's fascinating to see him kind of go from project to project. Like, people didn't even know he was working on these robots. Only people internally knew that. It's fascinating. He's coming up with new ideas and new technology every day.
Are we worried about the Tesla bots? Is it weird that there's a 5'8", 125 pound
It's like iRobot,
robot
the movie.
running around?
If he doesn't make them, someone else is going to.
True. Do we
Right?
trust Elon Musk to make the robots more than we trust somebody else?
I don't know. I'm not messing with those robots regardless of what happens.
You wouldn't mess
You
with
wouldn't
them?
get one for clean your home?
What do you mean get one? Oh, to clean my house?
Clean
No, I
your
don't need
home,
one in my house.
Do all the boring, dangerous, minute tasks.
I
that you don't wanna do.
understand. He may be filling up his Tesla factory with them. I don't know, right? Like,
That's my guess, is that's what he's going to do. Is he's going to basically look at, within a factory, what are all of the things that are the boring, menial, kind of dangerous tasks, and let's use these people to do it. Remember, it's all about rote memorization, right?
Yeah.
When you're in a factory, this is my whole point about like the education system is, and why I invested in synthesis. The entire education system is built for a industrial revolution time period where people went and worked in factories. What do they say? Joe, you're a 10-year-old kid. Sit down, shut up, don't move. We're going to tell you what to do. We're going to tell you exactly what to think. And then what you're going to do is we're going to put you through the process of education. We're going to kick you out at the end. And then you're going to go get a job in a factory and you're going to do what you're told. And if you're a good boy and you work here for 40 years, you can work your way up off the factory floor and eventually become management. That was the system. And all of a sudden, the system got smashed when you added in less and less people going into factories, less and less people going into some sort of like rote memorization type job. So you have this whole kind of intellectual or creative economy of the digital world, etc. But two now is a lot of the jobs around that rote memorization, or the factory workers or long haul drivers, etc., is going to be replaced by computers. We were programming computers in the education system. You are a computer, and we simply said, we're going to give you all this information. Humans are actually really stupid computers, though. Imagine if instead I could simply just upload information into something that could deadlift 150 pounds, could pick up a box weighing up to 10 pounds. And I told it, all right, here's what you're going to do. Today, unload the truck. And the robot just did it. And it did it well. It didn't complain. It didn't ask for a lunch break. It didn't sit down and call in sick. Like, none of that shit. It just did the job, shut up, and do what you're told.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
By the way, robot overlords, I'm your friend, but I'm just saying, like, that is the world that we're going to, rather than dealing with humans who have all these complaints and unions and all this crazy stuff.
Can you imagine the backlash online when Jeff Bezos gets these and everyone's they need a $15 an hour wage. They need a lunch break. Bezos is is like, nah, they're robots.
They
We're all
recharge
good
20
here.
minutes, he's good to go.
He's like, I pay a one-time fee. These things don't get lunch. They don't get water. They don't get anything.
They're working 24/7.
Well, you do know that Bill Gates has multiple times come out and said that he believes that the robots should be taxed. I swear to God. Here,
What?
the pros and cons of taxing robotic technology in the workplace. And Bill Gates has basically said, where is it? He wants to tax robots, but the EU is saying no way. So
Even the EU's like, nah, we're not doing that.
he basically came out and he said, if a human worker does $50,000 of work in a factory, that income is taxed. If a robot comes in and does the same thing, you'd think we'd tax the robot at a similar level. Like, Bill Gates believes we should be taxing robots. Elon Musk is like, I'm gonna build robots. It's gonna be amazing. We're gonna go to Mars. There's two different views of the world here. And so when you start to think through the impact of this, one, it's inevitable. Two, humans are not going to all of a sudden all be homeless and unemployed, right? If you go back in history, it was like 90+% of humans were farmers.
Yeah.
That's what you did for a living. You were a farmer. Get out in the field and get food. What did we do? We used technology and innovation to be able to get people from being a farmer to go do other much more productive things. It's a positive in the world that we did that. Imagine if every single person today was still farming. It would be a waste of human potential. So all of a sudden we start to use the robotics, and what it's going to do is it's going to get people out of factories. It's going to get them out of driving these long haul drives, etc. Yes, there will be pain in the short term for people in those jobs, but from an overarching societal standpoint, this will drastically push us forward. It will open those people up to be able to do much more productive things. They have to be retrained. It is painful. I understand where people get the fear from. We should probably not tax the robots. I don't think that they're going to fight back, but you never know.
They're going to unionize.
I mean, is there going to be a robot union?
I don't know. But like that makes no sense, right? Because if someone built the assembly line, right? And they went out and said, we're going to build a better assembly line in-house and we're going to, make it ourselves. We're going to source all the materials, do all this stuff. You would never tax them, right? It's just a means of increasing production and lowering costs and all this stuff.
Hey guys, thanks so much for watching that clip of The Best Business Show. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications so you know when we go live every weekday, and then head to SoFi.com/pomp so that you can get an account and we can get after it.